You ever heard someone use the saying, this money is burning a hole in my pocket? Well, stop lighting your money on fire. Or maybe it keeps happening because you're a liar. Ooh, that rhymes. Okay. What's up, kind internet strangers, or as I like to call you, parasocial play cousins? I'm Jen, and welcome to Detroit, the home of cars, techno, and your great aunt friend, Clarence, who sung background for the Temptations. The Temptations didn't have any background singers. If you're like me, you're looking to lower the cost of your everyday living expenses, and if you're renting, you know these landlords ain't getting the job done. So what do? We do it ourselves. I know you're probably thinking, I don't even know how to use power tools, but that was me. And look at me now. Skilled, equipped, wise, skin glowing, bundles flowing, ready to go. The goal of this series is to teach you about housing justice and how to make minor home repairs with tools you already have. Now, I'm no Bob Vila. If you're too young to know who Bob Vila is, I'm no Bob the Builder. But I might recommend Bob. Ooh, things get really mixed up in here sometimes. You know how you think you need a flat when you really need a Phillips, or you think it's Tia when it's really Tamara? For this repair, you'll need a putty knife, a bit of spackle, some sandpaper, and depending on the size of the hole, a bit of drywall patch. You gotta match the wall's foundation. And the foundation of this episode is a concept called the commons. Commons is based off of the idea of what is a commonly used good or resource for the community. Things like air, water, parks. If God made it, it should be free, right? But there are other commons like digital commons, knowledge commons, and common sense, which ain't so common. The issue with commons is folks realize certain ones could be privatized. Imagine we all shared a piece of land and some guy said, I own this now and only my sheep can use it. Can you imagine how confused those sheep were? One day they were grazing with the homies and now Little Bo Peep is their landlord. So at some point, the commons became public housing, which are often state-run. Not to be confused with Allstate, State Farm, or Michigan State. Go green. On the other end, we have private for-profit housing. Everybody should be happy, right? Wrong. Public resources got into the hands of private landowners who gained power via vouchers that can only be given to landowners. See where I'm going with this? The best way to describe a voucher is, say you're standing in line at a club and the tickets are sold out, so you buy them from a sketchy guy out back. Kind of like buying Firefest tickets from a guy who sort of looks like Ja Rule. And when you get in the club, you realize there's a bunch of issues, kind of like not being able to get water on a remote island issues. And when you run into that great value Ja Rule, he tells you that isn't his issue. And to make matters worse, they get to keep your voucher and not fix any of the issues. Oh, and it ruins the market. Whether you have a voucher or not, rent is still $1,600, essentially putting public money in a private hand. It's your money, but sits with private companies. Kind of like getting $1 stuck in a vending machine, but the vending machine is capitalism, which is fitting because all it's here to do is take your money and feed you junk. So what do you do to keep this from happening to you?
Yeah, random house guest. How can I stop that from happening?
I'm glad you asked. How long have you been sitting here?
Long enough to learn not to trust Ja Rule.
Well, the answer, like most things, is rooted in community. Funny enough, your neighbors are good for things other than watching your packages. Organize with them, make a list of demands, maybe 2 or 3 things that need to be fixed, and leverage the escrow process.
What is the escrow process?
We're not paying until this is fixed, but the money is in an escrow account. And if you don't pay,
oh, then they can't cover their mortgage.
Exactly.
So that money is our money.
it's our money.
But it's tied up in a legal contractual escrow?
Exactly.
But it gives us the power to demand that they use it for our needs. Sweet. Because I hate paying rent.
That's not what I said.
I mean...
For more information about renters' rights, visit DetroitPeoplesPlatform.org. So remember, just because your home becomes a club with a shifty landlord holding all the vouchers, doesn't mean you don't deserve to get treated like a VIP.
No, I'm VIP. Come on, squatter. VIP here.